Sarah Albrecht of Liberty Justice Center making her argument on behalf of educational toy maker Learning Resources and other small businesses today before the Supreme Court in a fight over the president's use of tariffs. But will the Supreme Court buy the argument that the president invoked the International Emergency Economic Powers Act to enact levies? Will they buy that this is unlawful? One Goliath in the toy industry is cheering on the David in this fight. Privately held MGA Entertainment is behind the brands like LOL Surprise and Bratz Dolls. MGA Entertainment CEO Isaac Larian joins us now in a Fox Business exclusive. And Isaac, first, how closely are you watching the events at the Supreme Court today?
Good afternoon, Liz. I'm watching it very carefully, very well. Actually, I watched the whole argument today from the beginning to an end, and I think the justices get it, and God knows how they will vote at the end, but I think they had doubts about this tariff and the legislation that's going on there. So hopefully they do the right thing. I mean, why tax the children who buy toys? This toy here was supposed to be, it's called Mini Glam, available at Target, was supposed to be $5.99. Now it's $7.99. And the middle and the lower level of income consumers are stretched already. And why tax them? Why tax the children? I mean, I can give you examples after example. This Ninjambi action figure, which is one of the best-selling toys out there, was supposed to be $14.99. Now it's $17.99. And these are taxes. Tariffs are taxes on consumers.
This small toy maker in Illinois, they only have a few products, among them that fine motor skills hedgehog little toy that we can show. Right. You are much bigger than that. They were very much on the hook for quite a big chunk of money for paying the tariffs of products that they import. How much have you spent? They've spent in 2024 $2.3 million. 2025, since the Liberation Day tariffs, they've jumped to $100 million. That's their estimate for the whole year that they will have to pay. They really don't have that. Can you tell me what you have had to pay out in tariffs this year?
I think we have paid so far close to about $11–12 million, but there's only 50 days left to Christmas, and we have a lot of imports coming. And that number is going to go up exponentially by the end of the year. And our sales are down 25 to 30%. We are not the only toy company. You saw the public toy companies, they all announced that third quarter, the numbers are down. And that's going to cause layoffs. I really don't get it. Why taxing and putting tariff on toys? I understand I understand the predicament the president facing with the deficit and trying to balance that. But toys, I mean, Apple alone sells more product in the USA, 68 billion, than the whole toy business worldwide. Why are they exempt?
The president would argue that he wants to bring manufacturing back to the United States. Let me play you what the Solicitor General, who was making the argument on behalf of President Trump's tariffs, let me play some audio from his effort before the Supreme Court, and then I'll have you respond.
President Trump determined that our exploding trade deficits had brought us to the brink of an economic and national security catastrophe, and that fixing them will make America a strong, financially viable, and respected country again.
From the start, you didn't really fold with that argument. In fact, you appeared on the cover of the New York Post way back in April, days after the Liberation Day widespread tariffs were enacted. And to be on the front page of a New York City newspaper, it said, "Mr. Trump, save my business." You then wrote him a letter. And you did say that you had plans for an additional 220,000 square foot toy manufacturing in Ohio for Little Tykes, but the tariffs have put those plans on hold, and there's no relief. Why are the plans on hold?
Because Liz, I mean, first of all, Toys R Us, I mean, Little Tikes has been manufacturing toys in America for the past 60 years. Perhaps the largest toy manufacturing in America. And I don't want to move that. We have people who've been working for us for 40, 45 years. Their kids, their grandchildren work at that factory. And we were going to expand that facility, bringing more toy manufacturing to America. Yet we put that on hold. And frankly, it has had the reverse effect. We had to cut back because you need to take profit to be able to do that. Now, I wrote a letter to President Trump, who I support and I really like. I've been following him since the 80s. And I said, give us a relief. Give us, you do all these subsidies.
Well, he did write you back,
Isaac.
Isaac. He did write you back.
What?
And he,
Yes.
in this letter, which he signed, he did make his case about IEEPA, and he said the Emergency Economic Powers Act, I directed the use of it to strengthen America's economic position and protect American workers. Are you saying that it's doing the opposite?
Well, first of all, yeah, he did sign it. I don't know if it was him or the auto pen. And so
He won't use the auto pen, he said.
So I hope he did read the letter. Look, I'm just going to tell you the facts. Since Liberation Day and before, not one toy manufacturing has come to USA. Absolutely, completely to the opposite. We are contracting. Our export business to other countries is completely stopped now because they have put bigger tariffs there. Again, I don't think toys should be part of a tariff and should be exempted.
Okay. Isaac, a Lending Tree study finds that tariffs could add $132 to what each American shopper spends this holiday. You say your sales are down. We'll circle back with you before Christmas and Hanukkah because we want to continue to hear what you are seeing. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Liz. I appreciate it.
Isaac Larian of MGA Entertainment.